Welcome everybody to another Destiny 2 guide video. In today's video, we're going to be going over how to unlock the Wicked Implement Exotic Scout Rifle inside of Destiny 2. This is a new scout rifle just released for us this week. The mission can be a little difficult, so we're going to go over how you can get to the secret mission, as well as how to accomplish and easily bake this boss inside of the slightly difficult mission. But once you get the strat down, you'll be just fine, I promise. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Alright, so the first thing you're going to need to do is go fish. Now this is all RNG based. If you're doing it this week, July 4th, inside Destiny 2, you're supposed to get double rewards. It took me almost 3 hours to find my last fish, but others found it in 10 minutes, so it's all RNG. But you will need 3 exotic fish, as seen on screen right now: the Vexing Placiderm on Nessus, the Whispering Moth Carp on Throne World, and the Alpha Beta on EDZ. Once you dunk these at your helm, you will receive 3 blades: the Blade of Strife, the Ambition, and the Blade of Cunning. And then you will need to take all 3 of these blades into a deep dive and dunk them at corresponding statues inside of that mission. So you can see here I'm dunking. That gets me the blade, as seen on the right side of the screen. And then I'm good to go straight into the deep dive. Alright, so now that you're inside the deep dive, as I said, you will need to interact with 3 different Hive statues. I'm going to let this gameplay play out here for this first statue, and it's inside of the first little swimming area. So we're going to go through this first little portal, or door, whatever you want to call it. Take a right, drop down, and we're going to follow the path to the right side. There's plenty of bubbles here. It does all kind of look the same, so if you do get turned around, just look for this right side here. We're going to take another right. I'm going to grab a bubble real quick, and then we're going to drop down into this little area and interact with this statue. You know you've done it right if you've hear the commentary from Zivua Wrath. Now, it is important to mention that not all 3 of your teammates have to do this. Only one person really needs to interact with all 3 statues in order to unlock the secret mission area. So once you've interacted with the first one, continue on through the deep dive and clear the first little combat area, and then the next one is in that combat area. Alright, so once you've cleared this area, you can go ahead and interact with the second statue. You can see we're clearing it now, and then I'm off to get this second statue. So we're going to come up here, we're going to head in through this door. Once it clears out, this door will open and you'll interact with the second statue, and again you'll get some more dialogue from Zivua Wrath, and then you'll be able to go on to the third statue, which is in the next little diving area. As you'll see on screen, we're going to dive down. There's this fan. We're going to interact with the switch in order to turn the fan off. I'm sure you've all done this before. So we interact, we drop down. I'm grabbing a bubble. In this next little area is where the final statue is. Before you drop down, you need to drop down this first time, head off to the left here, and then hold hard left. Do not drop down again. Go off to the left, and it's right here. Interact with the statue, and that is the third and final statue, and then you'll be able to drop down and continue on as normal. Alright, so once you've cleared this third arena, you will have a ammo box in here, and I highly suggest that you save this ammo box until the end of the fight. You can see on screen now, I'm putting on an Arc Reserve chest piece so I can get maximum ammo from this box and refill my heavy and my special ammo. I then switch it back over, and we're off, and we're going to head to the secret mission entrance, which is just here, off to the right of this arena. Once you enter this little room, you will have 3 more statues to interact with. You'll need to activate all 3 statues and then head through that little water wall portal thing, and that will be into the next mission. I am going to show you what builds we use, just so if you want to replicate this, you can. But once you get through here, there's just some ads to shoot, so we're going to talk about those builds right now. So if we're going to talk about those builds you see on screen now, the first build we have is an Arc Hunter with the starter scales and the Thunderlord. We're then going to move into the Warlock with Well of Radiance, Divinity, and the Sunbracers, as the Sunbracers build everyone's been using. And then finally we have a Solar Hunter with starter scales and Thunderlord again running Blade Barrage. So once you've traversed through this water area a little bit, you'll finally come out the other end. And this is where they introduce you to the mechanics of this fight. You can see the boss there on screen now and some other things spawning in. Now there's these minotaurs that spawn in. You can see one right there. We're fighting him. We want to kill him as quick as possible. Both of those. This will give us, on the left, a deathly sharp stack times 3. There's 3 of them. You kill all 3. This allows you to do damage. You can see how quick we burn through that guy. Kill those 3 minotaurs and burn that boss. Now, when we come into this next room, as soon as we shoot that nut right there, the timer starts. We have 10 minutes to clear this entire encounter. You want to move quickly. This is where those sun bracers come in great. Shoot that first nut. You're going to come up under these stairs and shoot this second little nut, and that will open the door in front of you. Now, make sure everything dies in this room. Enter into the next room, clear what little adds remain, and then move forward. Don't worry about the boss. You're going to shoot this nut on the right. That will open up the barriers on the left and right side. And we're going to, again, kill those minotaurs until we get the deathly sharp times 3. Now, you're going to see on screen here, I'm going to go down. These guys do a ton of damage, okay? Don't try to push them too hard like you saw me do there. You will die. I'm trying to stay alive here as well as help out my team. We're going to kill this third minotaur or mini boss, whatever you call them. And then you're going to want to go into damage. So we have the deathly sharp buff right now. We're going to come in here. We're going to drop well, stay safe, call in our supers, and just absolutely rinse him. Put divinity up, hit him with Thunderlord, and get this guy gone. You can see how quick that was, quick and easy. Keep moving. All right, there will be a rally up here coming up, right? And get slowed. Keep moving forward. This is a timed event. You want as much time as you possibly can for that final boss fight. Once you get here, you'll have another rally. Throw on that reserve chest piece again. Rally, switch back over, and it's now a race to find the 3 more minotaurs in order to establish that times 3 deathly sharp buff as well. So Cam and I head off to the right here. We're going to find one. There is one always in this section from what we've seen, so you can get your first one right off the bat. The other 2 can be a little harder to find. We've noticed that sometimes if you bring up your ghost, like you just saw Cam doing there, you can see them. You're going to see me bring up my ghost a couple times. We're communicating as a team. Hey, I don't see one here. Communicate. I go straight to the middle because I don't think there's another one on the right, and no one's been in the middle yet. So I'm coming up to the middle. We always have someone go to the left, go to the right, and kind of head into the middle. And we want to just start searching. You can see I'm bringing up my ghost, trying to get those objective points to activate for myself so I can see them. We still only have one. There go the objectives, right? Head to the objective points. Help your team and head to those objectives as quick as possible. We're going to come up. I'm letting this play out because it's a very fast encounter. So again, everything slows you here. So I have healing nades on as the hunters. That's really helpful. CK as the arc hunter has the pulse nades on because those are helpful too. So as soon as you get the deathly sharp times 3, you need to head to the middle. You have just over a minute to do damage, which is a pretty decent amount of time, but it does go by quick. As soon as you get there, find a corner, drop the well in that corner, and start rinsing them with divinity and with the Thunderlords. Call in your supers as soon as you can. We drop the well in the corner because then he can't slam you out of the well and push you out of damage, right? If he does that, it kind of messes the whole thing up. So put your back to a wall and stay safe. Now you can see on screen now why we use Thunderlord. See him being pushed back? I'm not sure why this happens, but it is super helpful. Keeps him at range and keeps him at distance and keeps you and your team safe. Now, if you do die in this encounter, you do lose the deathly sharp buff. So if one of your teammates dies, like CK did, he will lose the buff, and it's just up to the other 2 now to do damage. If you do lose your well, keep moving. Try to have the divinity guy take precedence. Use your healing nades to stay safe. And once you run out of the deathly sharp buff, it's rinse repeat. Find those minotaurs. You can see I'm starting to run off. I'm telling my team I'm going left. I'm trying to find those minotaurs. Now, after you do this a few times, you can kind of know-ish where they might spawn. So I'm trying to head to that spawn right now. I don't see them. I said, okay, I'm moving. There, you can see me bringing up my ghost. I can now see the the objective markers, and I'm going to head to those objective markers. Now, we got lucky here and they spawned in the middle, but they have been around the arena. But you can see on our screen, we still have 5 minutes to kill this boss. That is plenty of time. You can see the Sunbracer's doing work there, and he's almost dead already. Super as soon as you get that Deathly Sharp ×3, and then just go to town with the Divinity and the Thunderlord, and just like that, you have completed the encounter. It's pretty straightforward. Sorry about that, was a little choppy, my recording. I think there's a lot going on there. So once you do that, run up to the left here, run up to the podium, and you'll get your exotic scout rifle. I used it a little bit, seems really strong. So if this video helped you, please consider dropping a like, subscribing if you're new, and I thank you all so much for tuning in. Have a great night. Bye-bye.
Interact with the tower.
Yeah.